So we're going to talk about how to love your 4C hair. It's a journey, it's a process, and I feel like our society definitely makes it really difficult to embrace our kinks and our curls, and a lot of people use 4C hair for clicks and views, and they don't really have 4C hair. As you all know, if you've seen me on my channel with my natural hair, I have 4C natural hair. It's kinky, it's coily, it's very shrunk, if you know what I mean. I have a lot of shrinkage. I usually wear it in a puff. I do twist outs, and I really feel like I've been wanting to make more hair videos, but obviously my hair is in this style right now, so I'm still thinking about when I actually take this out if I'm going to be making videos with my 4C hair. But just because filming it is going to be a chore, and I'm just so like, I'm not systematic at all when I do my hair. I literally do it in the most crazy way. So in terms of filming it, that's still something I'm thinking about doing, but it might happen in the future. Basically, I just wanted to talk about 4C hair and in the natural hair community and the African American community, and kind of touch on textureism. I talked about colorism a lot on my channel, but I haven't really talked a lot about textureism. So textureism is the practice of discriminating against different hair types and basically looking at looser, straighter hair, anything closer to white, as to superior hair texture in it. And that's kind of my own definition right off the top of my head. But yeah, texturism for me was a huge thing growing up. I remember growing up, and I think I said this in my natural hair journey video, I didn't really like my natural hair growing up, and my mom didn't even like her natural hair. My mom grew up in that generation where, you know, obviously women permed their hair, used hot combs. Women didn't really embrace their natural hair, especially in Ghana. My mother's sisters had looser curls, had longer hair, and I remember all throughout my childhood, and I never really saw my mother's family that much growing up, but mom would always talk about how she loved their hair and how they had nice hair and how she got left with the nappy hair. And so growing up, I saw that. I saw my mom hardly ever embracing her natural hair. I don't think I ever even saw my mom's hair natural. And throughout her life, she passed away about 6 years ago, so I never got to really see her natural hair in its natural state from what I remember. And basically that kind of played a lot into my feelings about my hair. Now, I feel like in society, obviously anything, like I said, closer to white is seen as more superior. You have a lot of 3C, 3A, 3B girls who are kind of the representation for black hair. Women with hair like in type 4 are kind of left out, but 4C is definitely the type that I feel like is the least talked about or the least tended to. And obviously now we're seeing a boom in talking about 4C hair. We're seeing a boom in the natural hair community with that, but still there still comes with some stigma, and there's even still ignorance within the black community. Like my dad will ask me all the time, oh Julia, when are you gonna get your hair done if I have my hair out naturally? And I think again, it's just the idea that 4C hair is hard to take care of, it's unkempt, it's too difficult. And since we weren't really taught, especially growing up, how to take care of our hair, it's really our generation, the Gen Z and the millennials, that are really kind of taking it upon ourselves, to really learn about our hair and to really embrace what it is. Again, I think this is something obviously that's really been a thing that's been, you know, obviously very systemic. You know, you're not always gonna have easy days with your 4C hair. 4C hair is something that takes a long time to embrace. It takes a long time to really understand, and even I'm still learning with my hair. You know, I'm still learning how to really navigate it, how to style it. You know, I went natural about, I would say, 4 years ago, and ever since then I didn't really take it seriously the first 2 years of being natural. I only started taking it seriously in the past 2 years, and so pretty much I like to say I've been natural for 2 years, because I started taking it more seriously 2 years ago. And in that time, I've really been learning how to take care of it. You know, there's a lot of different products to use for 4C hair. No 4C hair girl is the same. Okay, no 4C hair girl is the same. No hair type, whatever, no hair is the same. So maybe one thing that works for some person may not work for another person. Like for me, Cantu works on my hair, but for a lot of people don't like Cantu, but Cantu works for my hair. My hair also also love shea butter. My hair loves any natural stuff, all the natural stuff, like the processed, like not a lot of processed things work. Somehow Cantu does work, but my hair loves obviously natural things. But coconut oil isn't really one of those things, but shea butter is one of those things. You know, you really kind of have to do a lot of trial and error when it comes to embracing your hair and really learning about it. It really is a trial and error process, and it's something that really takes a lot of patience and love. I think also just throughout society as well, we go out into the world, and when our hair is straightened or when our hair is put in some type of extensions or style, we're getting a lot of compliments. But then when your hair is out, it doesn't get as many compliments. Now, I will say nowadays, whenever my hair is in that puff, I get a lot of compliments now. And I think it's also because 4C hair and just type 4 hair is beginning to become more embraced within the sphere in the past couple of years, within the community, within outside. It's beginning to become more accepted. But then I think we're also still suffering from a lot of the things we've been put on from childhood. I remember my best friend, who was my neighbor, I guess she has type 4 hair. Yeah, she has like type 4. It's not 4C, but it might be like 4A or something like that. I don't know. I'm not well versed on my hair types. But basically my neighbor, one day my mom was taking out my hair and she asked me to ask my neighbor, my friend, to come over to help. And I said, no, like I don't want to bother her, like let me just whatever, because I was embarrassed about my hair, so I didn't want her to see my hair. And my mom was like, why not? Da, 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 da. And then I started talking about, you know, how I want my hair to be this, want my hair to be this. And my mom was like, see, well, blah blah blah, I don't want to say her name because I don't know if she's comfortable with me saying her name, but she was like, blah blah blah's hair is okay, but your hair is not. Like my mom would actually said, like, her hair is okay, your hair is not. Like, we are told that our hair is not okay simply because it might need a little more TLC, tender love and care. By the way, I was inspired to make this video by Kiana Naomi. She really inspired me to make this video because she really was talking about how, like, you know, you're not always gonna have a good hair day either. That's also something to kind of learn and accept when you're beginning to do your natural hair, is that you're not always gonna have a good hair day. You're not always gonna have a day where the puff comes out right, or the afro comes out right, or even the flat twist comes out right. You're not always gonna have those days, and that's okay. Everybody has bad hair days. Everybody has bad hair days. I mean, like, it just be like that. Another thing also is that a lot of times with 4C hair, you know, if our hair has flyaways, we're kind of taught, like Kiana said in her video as well, we're kind of taught to have our hair slicked back in a perfect little bun, or basically pressed out straight, no flyaways. But then other races can have flyaways. I remember that one picture, I think it was H&M, or it was one photo shoot of the kids where all the kids had messy hair, and this little girl had messy, short 4C hair, and everybody made it seem like her hair was ugly, or that her hair, they didn't take good care of it. They didn't do her as well as the other kids. And I'm thinking that's just how 4C hair looks when you're running outside and you're playing. It looks messy, it gets out of place. That's just how your hair looks. And that's okay, especially if you're a child. I mean, if you're a little kid, that's how your hair is gonna look. I mean, obviously if she was at a wedding, that's a different story, but like if you're a little kid, then yeah, your hair is gonna look messy when you're playing outside. And she was wearing regular play clothes and everything like that. So that was just a whole crazy thing when everybody was going nuts about this little girl's hair. And I'm just thinking that's exactly what a natural 4C hair girl's hair looks like when she's done playing outside. It's exactly what my hair looked like when I came home, and there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. So I just really encourage you all to love your 4C hair, love what it is, love what it, you know, it's your crown. Gorgeous. It's so different. You know, the thing I love about our hair is how different it is too, how different our coils are, how defined they can be. That yes, you can have defined 4C hair. Your 4C hair can be defined. And just because you don't have to have long 4C hair. Your 4C hair can be short. Your 4C hair can be medium length. I feel like 4C hair is only praised when it's long, or when it looks like, you know, I feel like that's the only time 4C hair is really praised. Like, I've noticed the difference. When I started wearing my natural hair out, like last year, and so 2018, I'll say, early 2019, I didn't get as many compliments, but I noticed like the most recent time I took my hair out and wore it natural, I got like a lot of compliments because my hair grew. So it's just interesting how that works, but don't let society really judge how you feel about your hair. Take the time to heal and know that it takes time, and you'll get to a point where you really will love your hair. But I'm gonna tell you this, you need to love what comes out of your head. It is what you're born with, it is what you've been destined with, and it is beautiful, and you should never feel like your hair is inadequate or whatever, you know. Just learn how to take care of it. Thankfully, there are so many YouTubers that make videos for you to learn how to take care of your hair. You'll get there. It takes time. I'm still learning. I'm not very good with my hands, so like hairstyles are not my thing, but I'm learning. I'm getting there. I'm going to keep trying once I take this out to do different hairstyles, to learn, to change, to grow, to do different things. It takes time. Don't pressure yourself. And that's all, period. Alright, thank you guys for watching this video. I really hope that this encouraged you if you're dealing and struggling with loving your 4C hair. Please don't be hard on yourself. Just be patient with yourself. Thank you all for watching this video, and peace.